What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today when I talk to you about Lucid, I want to go over some of the data points, what is really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is down 0.88%, 1148 the high, 1094 the low. So all in all, Lucid's doing very well considering the broader market's pretty much crapping itself. Pardon my French. But as far as volume, in Lucid's case, kind of low. So 4.3 million shares being traded. So you're not seeing that buy the dip type of scenario play out from institutions. But getting right to it, we did have one data point that came out first thing, and that was PPI. And it came in 0.5, forecast at 0.2. So kind of signaled that inflation was still a little bit sticky of sorts, but nothing really crazy. So the market didn't really react because of that data. There was a lot of fear that rolled over from yesterday, and it seems to be really being magnified today. So today technically is the last trading day before a potential shutdown, and it's kind of funny, even though the shutdown, we had it like, was it 4 something months ago, market seems to forget how that all played out. We did have 1 or 2 very red days, and then it just kind of went on like normal, like no shutdown occurred. Many times people forgot that a shutdown was kind of going on. So in my opinion, I think just the market's kind of overreacting today a tad, but at the same time, because of Microsoft's earnings, you have a lot of people talking about AI bubble. Everyone and their dog. And again, I think a lot of people are also correlating some data with '08, saying that pretty much we're going down the same rabbit hole. Today, there hasn't been any news from Lucid, no SEC filings, but you can kind of see just how the market is really just going really down. So Dow is down 0.45, S&P down 0.42, NASDAQ down 0.81, gold itself is down 8.7, and then you have silver down 27. I think at the low it was down like 33 or 35%. So when it comes to silver, hasn't been hit that hard since, again, '08. So a lot of people are trying to correlate. I don't know if it's just the bears trying to spread FUD, causing even a further kind of domino effect, but that's one thing that's really kind of affecting the market, is just fear. And I think in general, there might be some stocks out there that have a very high multiple that needed to be corrected. But in Lucid's case, it's fairly priced in my opinion. That's again, with it not being profitable right now, you have to kind of look at it from a PS standpoint. But as far as news or updates, there really hasn't been anything. The only thing that kind of came out was this. So in-vehicle experiences at the 2026 Chicago Auto Show. And so Lucid was named right here alongside Polestar, VinFast, and a couple others. Nothing really for videos from what I've seen online, but Lucid seems to be doing very good. One thing that interestingly enough caused this nice spike was shorts. Why they returned is the $1,000,000 question, unless they're kind of returning because they know something ahead of time that might be coming out over the potential weekend. But at the time of doing this video, shorts are returning 344,000 shares. 34.29% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 44.7 million shares overall being shorted. DTC still fairly high, 5.6 days, and so that does signal that shorts are extremely overextended. But you can kind of see, puts it in perspective, shorts just randomly returned, it looks like almost 2 million shares. So that's one thing that really caused this to occur. So most likely shorts just rapidly returned. Algorithmic trading kind of signaled that something is coming, or someone knows something and started to buy it, pushing it up even further. So yeah, I guess we have shorts to thank. So maybe they kind of feel that today's sell-off is unjustified. As I've mentioned many times in the past, I do look at a lot of different stocks throughout the day, and in one common scenario of across the board, it seems to be that shorts are returning. So shorts returning is definitely a sign that maybe they feel like today's sell-off isn't justified. But looking at the options, very low volume. So 339,000 in calls, 1.09 million in puts. 66% of all the options being done, though, are bullish in nature. From a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around 11, and then next week for it to be above 12. That could be potentially hedging, but again, that definitely is very abnormal. From a bear standpoint, they do feel that sub between 10.50 and 11 is on the table. That's kind of rolling over into next week. Looking at the secondary market, we have 2 transactions, both are sells. So as I've already mentioned, big money is not really doing too much today on the secondary market. There was shorts that kind of kickstarted the nice push higher, but Lucid's doing pretty a-okay despite institutions actually buying it. So we had one 554,000, other one being 110,000. Dark pool seems to be a little bit more active. Dark pool is kind of harder to distinguish what is buys and what is sells because it's supposed to be anonymous, but even more so if you kind of look at a lot of these transactions with Lucid just trading how volatile it is today, a lot of these just might be kind of hedge funds swinging it in reality. But with it right now at 11.25, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 11.18 is going to be that strong support. So just watch for it to hold above that today in the last hour and a bit of the trading day. 11.44 is going to be the next strong target, and it kind of bounced off of that general range. So we know that this is a heavy resistance. But if Lucid can somehow pull a green out of today, then I think things should be pretty a-okay. Aside from all that, getting to the actual chart itself, I think overall Lucid was building up a little bit of momentum, and it's very interesting that Lucid's building up momentum when these last couple trading days the market has been rather horrific, but it is right now above that 10-day moving average. Next real target, so assuming Monday the market kind of digests everything, calms down, and really starts to move higher, this is where Lucid could really benefit and retest that 50-day moving average. So that's sitting at 11.79. A little bit far-fetched to assume it's going to be hit today, but stochastic RSI is very overbought. So again, I know I'm sometimes very critical of Lucid, but Lucid's doing very well today considering everything, because a lot of stocks that are overbought are getting especially hit today. So a lot of tech and AI is getting slammed. So with Lucid being at 93, that is very high. So I think all in all, Lucid really does want to move higher. There's a certain level of optimism linked to their upcoming earnings as well as their investor day. So that might be some pretty good catalysts. And as I've mentioned over the last couple of videos, you do see a lot of the willing sellers pulling their bids. So that's, again, maybe something to keep in mind, that Lucid itself is ready to move higher. It just needs that nice gentle push. There really hasn't been that much in articles coming out. No new analyst ratings as of just yet. So we'll just have to kind of sit tight and wait. Let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you as surprised about the price action as I am? Or did you kind of know that it was going to move higher? So let me know your general thoughts. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.